Go for it.
All right. Happy Monday slash Tuesday. I hope everyone had a great long weekend. A couple quick announcements. So, yesterday was the final day for Daily Sunshine being on sale, To Be Mindset challenge packs being on sale, beach bars being 10% off, and the To Be Mindset certification being $99. So it looks like Beachbody headquarters might still be on their Labor Day weekend as well, because today it looks like a lot of those are still up. So if you haven't got your Daily Sunshine on sale, your beach bars on sale, signed up to do your 2B Mindset certification, and sold a couple 2B Mindset challenge packs, go do it today, because those sales were still lingering on the website. So capitalize on those for sure. I think I saw somewhere on the website that Beachbody apparel is also on sale September 4th, so today through the end of the month. And if you do not own a pair of Beachbody leggings, I highly suggest them. It's basically like being naked. So if you don't like to wear pants, Beachbody leggings are the things for you. Fun and exciting things coming up. Mess to Moss and Lift 4 challenge packs are still on sale through the end of the month. And for all you pumpkin spice lovers, Pumpkin Spice Shakeology releases in the United States on September 17th. So it is a limited run. So get it while it's hot. Don't sit on it and wait. Hop to it. That's all.
Thank you, my friend. So I know it's like a weird week, and this is like not our normal team call out, but I hope you guys have like a pen and paper, because I am going to speak to you like I'm speaking to 100 people on this team call, because that is how fired up I am. That is how excited I am for a new month and just really digging into something that I'm passionate about and I've gotten really excited about over this long weekend. But first I wanted to share my screen. Oh, I feel like I need to, hold on. Okay. Can y'all see this without the sidebars? Okay, cool. I didn't want to give away my stuff before I talked about it. A couple quick things also that I wanted to add to the announcements. We're running a sneak peek into our challenge group starting today. So I need help with it. And so if you're willing to help with it, put it in the team page. I put up a post about it earlier this morning, I think. But this is how you get on a good cycle with your business. You have tools you can plug people into, and all you have to do is open your mouth and invite them to plug into there and then learn about their goals and such throughout the week. So focus right now, get as many people as possible into that little obsessed test group. We'll be starting that officially on Monday. So if you don't have your bands and sliders, you got to get them, and you got to start with yourself and make sure you have everything set up for that. The idea is that we do Little Obsessed up until Shift Shop launches in October sometime. I haven't seen the date yet, but I know a lot of us have loved 80-Day Obsession, and I think this is a good in-between that we can actually do with still 30-minute workouts. The second thing is, which I am super really like, we've never done anything like this, so I don't know if you're not in this group, you should be. So I teamed up with Colleen, who was on our team call last week, I think. I don't even know. And my friend Jessica, and they both have like baller teams. Like there's 100 women in there that joined within the past 2 days. And it is just full energy. So it's not going to be like ridiculous training, but it is going to be a place for you to plug in and get your shit done, right? Like it always comes down to like doing our crap and being excited about it and finding joy in the journey. And that's going to be our goal this month as we work together as 3 teams coming together with similar goals. We want to help you guys realize your potential and maybe get out of the summer stuck and realize that right now in September, most teams sit back, right? It's easy to just kind of let yourself fly by the seat of your pants and just wait till the end of the year and then say you'll start in January. What you do now can set you up, because we're not most coaches. Like you guys are freaking awesome. And I just know that this group could be really special, but y'all got to be there and y'all got to plug into it. I also put up a poll on the team page to schedule one-on-one calls with me. I want to know about your goals and where you're at and how I can help you as we start this new month. like Brie already said, Pumpkin Spice Shakeology is coming out the 17th. So I've been thinking up something special to do for that. Would love to team up with anybody who has also been thinking about that. But all I've done so far is I started a note in my phone with anybody who posts a pumpkin spice latte on Instagram. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen in your stories. I've been keeping track of those people because I'm going to be reaching out to them and talking to them about their goals, because we all know those PSLs are kind of crap. And then I'm going to be talking a little bit about my morning process this morning. So I thought I'd throw the book of the month out, is Miracle Morning. It is a small read, so it's not intimidating, but you should get your hands on this baby, because I'm excited to read something totally different and talking about something that I think is really important. Any questions? Those are all the announcements I have. All right, let's get started. So I listened to this call, and some of you may have. I shared it with some of the pods from Moira, and she had this whole talk on vision. And it really kind of struck me because I feel like myself as a leader, I kind of have been floating. And so I know maybe some of you have been feeling that way. I'm like, okay, how do we play offense again? How do we find our groove, our way? And how do we get back to the roots of what we do so well as a team, right? And it came to this whole idea about vision and clarity. And I'm going to be walking you guys through some of my story that you may not know, but also give you tangible, actionable items that you're going to need a piece of paper and pen for. So make sure you guys get that on hand, and it will come in tune. So I love this quote: happiness is the joy moving towards your potential. And it's so easy when you get in like this end of summer feel where you're like, oh my gosh, fall and winter. You start looking around, right? And you start thinking, well, I'm just not as good as her, or this just isn't meant to be for me, or they always have it all together. And especially the world that we live in with social media, you guys know it is so easy to feel like you're just being compared and you're never good enough, and all those like feelings we all feel. Like, I still feel these things. I'm talking about myself, so I'm reflecting on what I feel and I've seen and I've picked up from myself and our team. And I just want to lay it out to you guys. There's no secret. There's no secret training between an Emerald coach and a Superstar Diamond coach. There's no secret call you don't know about that a regular coach just starting out today and a coach who's been here for 5 years doesn't know about. There's no activity that I have never told you and kept to myself on how I hit SE10 every month, right? There's nothing, right? But I think the core things when it comes to feeling successful in what you do as a coach is knowing, yes, your numbers, right? And when I talk about numbers, I mean your own progress in your journey, your minutes plugging into personal development, the people that you're connecting and sharing and inviting to, knowing the business and how to build volume, build income, those things that are business oriented, which I know Nina and Lindsay challenge me a lot on, because I'm like, oh, I should probably, sharpen my knife on that a little bit more, because they test me with that new coach mentality. But it's got to be mixed with the belief, right? Because you can know all the things. You can go to all the events and all the summits and all the Super Saturdays. But if you don't have that thing inside of you that just lights up your world, and if you've only like written on it, like how many notebooks do you guys have? Like I have like 5 million notebooks I've written 5 million notes in, and then I forget about them. And then they're literally, if you saw my counter, I have 4 notebooks sitting here, which I don't know what half the crap's in them. And then you forget about them, and then you have the best intentions and you write all these things down. But I really have felt, and we've talked a little bit about this, Claire sprinkled a little bit of it in, knowing why you're doing what you're doing and seeing it every day, that is when you can push past the plateau, or get past the obstacle, or take yourself and your team and your tribe and your community to the next level. So I'm hoping that the content I bring you guys tonight is going to help you draw that line in the sand. We're in a fresh new month. It doesn't matter what happened. It's how we set the intentions and the focus for this month, this week, today, tonight, and going towards the end of the year, and how we're going to work towards that other side of finding the happiness moving towards your potential. Okay. So it's going to be a little like preaching and a little bit of teaching tonight. Hopefully that's okay. You guys know how I get fired up. So I wanted to take you guys back to, like, I had to dig deep and really think about, okay, what was the thing? Noelle and I talk about this a lot. What was the thing that kind of helped me go from dabbling and not hitting Success Club and not feeling like I was a really great coach and not really, knowing what I was doing or even knowing what I wanted or knowing why I wanted it or getting past those limiting beliefs inside of me? What was that thing? And honestly, I was being forced to go to a Super Saturday in September 2014. And I had only hit Success Club because I signed up my mom, my best friend, and like another random friend. That was it. Like, not that hard, right? And all I knew that my coach told me was hit Success Club and that will equal success. What she didn't tell me is SC5 really means about talking to 100 people per month. And you might be like, holy shit, oh my God. But that's the trend that is true, right? Like if we're looking at numbers and something that's tangible and I can tell you, hey, if you do this, most likely this will happen. That's been the trend for me, okay? But SC5 doesn't equal six figures. So sometimes we have this pool where it's like we want the shiny big things. We want to say we want to be a 2-star diamond coach. We want to say we want to be a diamond coach, but do we know what that really looks like and how we get there? So I had to kind of figure out and flail around, and really it bugged the shit out of me because people kept saying vital behaviors, vital behaviors, vital behaviors. And I'm like, vital behaviors, my ass. I don't really care about that. But I had to know that I was the superpower, right? Like your fitness, how seriously you take your journey, how seriously you share every day. And so I need y'all to understand, because I know you guys look at me and think, I just have it all together. I know you do, right? I can feel it in sometimes your messages that you send me, or your texts that you ignore me, or seeing those posts that I put in the message pods and nobody responds back. I know it's because you think you're going to disappoint me, or because you didn't show up on that one call. Like, there's 4 of us here and that's fine. That it's about me, and it's not about me, because I've been there, guys. And I wanted to give you these stats. I actually pulled out these fun guys. Who's got one of these fun guys? Someone, I know you guys have. So these are I'm going to meet you, Kitty. These are my when I hit our team has hit each of these things, right? Okay, I signed up in August 2014. It took me a month to hit Emerald. It took us another 8 months to hit Diamond. Okay. Took us another 6 months. Don't test my math here. I got to think about this. 6 months to hit 1 star. A year to hit 2 star. Another almost year to hit 3 star. And guess what? Last week we dropped 4 star, and it took another year. And it takes a while sometimes, right? It's so easy, like Bree knows, when you go to Summit and you're like, ooh, how did that coach go from 1 star to 15 star in 6 months? She must have some magical powers. And it's not that. Everybody's journey is different, guys. But what changed for me was just winning one day at a time. And I know that's so hard to hear, because you're like, what does that really mean? It means I've missed 1 Super Saturday in 4 years. I've never missed a summit in 4 years. I can count on one hand how many team calls I've missed in 4 years. This isn't a brag. I'm just telling you, my dreams grew as I plugged in more. My first year, I listened to probably more YouTube videos because my coach wasn't giving me anything. And then she bailed, guys. Like, she fell off the face of the earth. So I had to dig deep and figure out, between that date of July 16th, 2015 to go 1 star in December 31st, I didn't have an upline. I didn't have team calls to plug into. I didn't have trainings or challenge groups run for me. I had to completely, it was like, what if tomorrow I just stopped posting, I stopped answering you, I stopped running challenge groups? What would happen? Think about that for a second. And so it was that huge setback that forced me to grow. It was that huge, forceful, like nonstop texting to go to that Super Saturday and dig in and see what this was actually about. I didn't know my superpower. I didn't know I wanted to even be a freaking coach. So when you think about what's going to be your all in, well, I guess this didn't work. What's going to be your all in moment? Okay, whatever. We're just going to roll with it. You can't just put goals on a paper at the beginning of the month. You guys know when I post like, hey, put up your weekly goals, right? And you write them down. Oh, I want to be an Emerald coach. Oh, I want to hit Success Club. But too often, because we all work this part-time, it's like we put two boxes up. We put up Beachbody and we put up our life. And what happens is our life gets busy. Our kids throw up. Our boss sucks. We start complaining about all these things that we're so busy, and then we can barely work out. And then we get our shake, and then we stop disappearing from a challenge tracker app. And then it's like, well, how the hell am I going to even invite? How am I going to even show up on social media today? I have nothing to say. And all those thoughts and all those feelings are breeding you building your wall, right? Like, I'm just going to sit over here in my box and I'm a coach, right? But when I wove those two together, and this was really at Summit, my first Summit for me, when I wove those two together and saw that Beachbody is my vessel to be my best me, right? Like, if you weren't a coach, would you have worked out tonight, Bree? Probably not, right? You probably wouldn't have worked out the whole last week. If I wasn't a coach, I definitely would have slept in this morning, and I definitely would not have pressed play, and I definitely wouldn't have gone on a virtual workout. There's a reason y'all are more successful on your journeys than our challengers, right? Because you have the ultimate potential inside of you to take it to the next level, and you believe in something bigger than yourself. But what we have to work on as a team is the universe doesn't hear what you want, what you say you want, what you tell your coach you want. It hears what you truly feel and believe inside. And what I had to dig deep on is finding my joy in the journey again. It's like that quote you always hear, life doesn't happen for me, or life doesn't happen to me, it happens for me. And the mountains that you have are meant to be moved by you, no one else but you. And so every time I hear like an obstacle or a setback or like a big qualification loss that we had last week, I had to instead, I knew I've worked on my personal development because I like checked myself and I was like, I wasn't even sad. Like, I didn't get upset really. I more asked myself, how can I do better? How can I learn from this moment and teach on this to show our team you don't stop. The goal isn't the destination. It's the journey that we took getting there, right? That we even held it for 5 weeks is freaking incredible. I'm not proud of every single moment in between there, but I learn from it and I grow from it, and it allows me to connect to y'all on a deeper level. And it allows me to reach more of you and give through that experience to show you what's possible, right? So the reason that I think we even got to that place, because it's been a year since this 3 showed up, right? And that didn't feel good. And honestly, most of this year we haven't held 3-star. But we got excited about something that was doing it together. And we saw a potential of what it could be if we just hit Emerald, right? That's all these ranks are. You guys know that, right? Like, every rank that we hit as a team is just Emerald over and over and over again. That's all this business is. But we like to complicate it, and we like to say we want things, and how do we really get there? So I want you guys to do this activity, and I hope you have a piece of paper or your phone out or something. And I want you to write down everything in your business, your journey, whatever, that you don't like right now. Like, have you ever had that feeling, and I know some of you, because I hear you on the live workout sometimes when you talk to each other, where you start complaining about your day, or like your boss bugged the shit out of you, right? But we do this with our challengers and coaches, right? We start thinking, oh, that person, they should be active right now. They haven't bought their Shakeology this month, or oh my gosh, so-and-so hasn't been on the team calls, and then she wants to say she wants all these goals, like she's just not going to get there. That complaining and those focuses only hurt your business, right? So I want you to let it out. I want you to write everything that you dislike, are frustrated with, are disappointed with, that you feel down about. And some of these examples that I personally wrote was low success club numbers, not living up to my potential, our team not rank advancing, none of my challengers answering me, inactive coaches, our team not growing like I want. Let it out. I'm going to give you like a couple minutes. Just write them all down. I feel like I need the Wheel of Fortune song. So everything you don't like about your business, the team, our community. Oh, sorry, Jeopardy. Clearly, I haven't watched TV in a while, guys. So as you guys write, I'll share some of mine that I wrote down. I said, I hate pressuring leaders, challengers being quiet, freaking out and stressing in qualifications, getting the same paycheck every week, unengaged challenge group, negative mindset towards the business, avoiding my power hour, coaches quitting, silent watchers in our groups, our team not hitting success club, social media, not having big engagement. So those are just some ideas. Y'all got your list? All right, so this is your contrast. I know Bree's being studious, writing down. I can see her. She's like, ooh, contrast. So we're going to turn those negative feelings into clarity. And what clarity is going to create for you is a desire statement, a feel good statement that you're going to read every day. So you're going to write the opposite of your contrast statements, because you have to shift your mind from like, I have to I get to, right? So all those things you're going to turn into the opposite. For example, it excites me to see blah, blah, blah. I am so pumped to do X, Y, and Z. I feel damn lucky when blah, blah, blah. So I'll tell you some of mine, for instance, because when I first heard this, I was like, I don't really know what that means. So I literally just let it all out. I said, everyone is glowing confidently, high success club numbers, driven, motivated leaders exploding our team, qualification is a party, challengers are pumped to try new things, growing paycheck every week, tons of comments and engagement, new coaches helping people fast, power hour is a gift to serve, coaches are rocking the business, feeling damn lucky for this opportunity. I know I just threw those at you, but write down the opposite of what you wrote for your contrast. One thing I love is Brianna's ombre on her story. I have to steal that from you. And this one may take you a little bit longer, which you guys might have to do on your own time. But I want to keep moving with this because it's like if you sit in that negative mindset and you complain about things, or like Nina, for example, she was like, our challenge group's just nobody's really answering. But instead of saying nobody's really answering, she said, hey, can I take over the post for this week? And I didn't even ask her this week, and she started doing it already. Like, that's the kind of stuff that we want more of, right? And it's not to like put down anybody else, but like that's the stuff that fires me up, because I'm like, she gets it, right? Like, she knows I'm bad at asking for help, and she takes a problem and becomes the solution, right? Instead of she has to figure out how to get her challengers to react, she says she gets to be a leader and step into that role, something she never did before. But you know what? She knows it helps the team. It creates leadership for her, and it excites her. So what you're going to do with this statement, and I'm going to read it to you once we stop recording to this, is you're going to create a desire statement that's a lot deeper than just like high success club numbers or my inbox is overflowing. You're going to take this contrast and clarity and legit create a desire statement that is just so like fire, and you're going to read it every single day. But it only works if you read it every single day, right? Because it's so easy to sit back and say, I want X, Y, Z. But it's like, how are you shifting your mindset from like, oh my gosh, I was late to work, my day was so stressful, I'm so tired. Like I come home and my eyes are like this. Like I literally want to pull my hair out. But I know this is my vessel for my best me, our best me, creating something that is so magical and so powerful. And like, I believe that in my heart of hearts, that this is a vessel that can change thousands of lives. Like, I want this team call filled with hundreds of women eager and ready to learn. I want that Explode Your Business group to be the majority of our team, not somebody else's team. But I'm going to come in here and speak so just passionately this month and this year and for years to come, because this desire statement has just changed everything for me. Because it's easy to let life get in the way. It's hard to keep your focus. And I just think that this is such a powerful way for us to remind ourselves every day why we're doing what we're doing. So I want you guys, as you take on this desire statement, to think about these 4 questions. And we can decide, if you guys want to put in the chat, whether we do a form for the team, whether I just post these up in the team page and we each answer them, whether you put it on a Google Doc and send it to me personally. But I want you guys to take some time, and I did this, and I'm going to read it to you once we stop recording, because the people on this call are going to get to hear what I wrote down, which is like scary AF. But I needed to reconnect to why. Like, what makes you want to do your power hour? Send your invites, put yourself on social media every day. Despite working 60 hours this week, despite not making dinner in time, despite, not cleaning your house, because mine's a freaking wreck all the time. But the question that kind of struck me from Moira, and that she actually heard from Lindsay Matway, and she uses on every Getting Started Right call, which is something I'm going to be starting to implement with new coaches, is if you had no time or money restrictions, what would your life look like? Because I think for so many of us, it's like we're so programmed that like the normal is going to work and doing our commute and coming home and making dinner and doing our workout. Like, we know that habit, right? You guys are coaches, you know that habit. But what if you didn't have the restrictions that you had? And this was something that took me a really, really long time to think about and dig deep on, because it's not about quitting your job, right? For me, it's about experiences. It's about time. It is about giving back to things that mean a lot to me. And those evolve and change over time. They're not the same as what it was even a year ago. But nobody's asking me these questions at work. So I'm asking you these questions, and you guys can put in the chat what you think would work best for the team to really take time to answer these. The second one is, why is this so important to you? How do you see this changing your life, helping your family? Why is this vision so important to your team, your community? Because you can come and say, well, I want to be an emerald this week. Okay, why? Why is that important to you? Well, I want to earn the recognition and get my little certificate and help 2 people. Okay, why do you want to help 2 people? Why is that important to you? Do you see what I mean? Like, those are the questions you got to dig deeper when when people that come to you to even want to be a challenger, this stuff you can use. So think about it from that point. As you take these exercises on yourself, it's going to help you be a better coach, because it's going to help you dig deeper with the people that you're working with. The third thing is, and these are the things that get me when I don't feel like doing it, is if you don't achieve this why, what pain will you experience? And I was like, ooh, that gets you, right? And you might be thinking, oh, that's kind of negative, Danielle. Yeah, it is, but you need to attach the action to the loss if you don't show up, right? Because if I don't show up to work for 5 days a week, what happens? I don't get paid, right? I get an email from my boss, where are you? Why aren't you here on time? These are all the 5 million emails that you didn't answer today, right? If I just didn't show up to work this week, what would happen for you at your job? But it's hard for us to treat this as that same priority, because we have 2 boxes. We have beach, body, and life. But when you connect the pain in your life, the pain points, the things that you're struggling with and you're worrying about and you're having anxiety and stress over, to this opportunity, now that's when magic happens. Because I don't know about y'all, but my job's not paying an extra $500 a month for my student loans, right? They're not paying to help me move. They're not offering me a bonus when our team rank advances in my control, on my time, my way, the way I want to do it, right? I mean, I just get a bonus at the end of the year based on whatever they choose to give me. And then the last question I had is, look ahead 5 years, and if you didn't achieve your why, where will you be and what will you have given up because you didn't follow through and take action? And that for me is like, shit, I better start moving. I better start typing on my phone tonight and sending messages. We're almost there. So, okay, this is interesting. So I wanted to share with you guys, this is out of order. What is this doing? So the other idea I wanted to give you guys that will help with this is having a book of proof. This is something Moira was so solid on, and I've done it in certain ways, but you have to, with all this stuff, you have to find a way that works for you. And I can't promise you that any of this will work for you, but I'm just sharing things that I'm going to be focusing on. The book of proof is however you want it to be. It can be a notebook and you write down everything good that happens in your business every day. You got to at least write one thing. Or it could be a photo album in your phone and a screenshot of something that inspired you, whether it's in the hub, whether it's in Glow Diggers, whether it's in your message pods, whether it's a message from a random stranger that saw your posts, whether it is a fun post you saw from your teammate shouting you out, whatever. For me, that works best because I can screenshot the shit house stuff and I can add it to an album. The other way I do it is Instagram highlights. I save Instagram stories that remind me why I coach. And so part of this new morning routine I'm going to share with you guys, that's going to be in there, because who here has ever gone out of bed and you're just running? Your mind's a mess. You're just all over the place. You feel like everything's just oh my gosh, that's not the way we want to start our days. So I want to share with you guys my new morning routine. And I know not all of you are morning people, but I also know the power in setting your intentionality and taking some of this and making it work for you. And maybe for Brie, when she gets home from work, as she drinks her glow juice, she's doing these couple things to set her intention for her workout, because you notice all these things, the first half is all me, filling my cup my way. So you guys know energized glow juice is always first. That's just a non-negotiable. The second thing I'm going to do is read this vision desire statement that I created from this contrast clarity, because I want to be laser focused on why I do what I do every morning first. Otherwise, what's the point, right? And then I'm going to read my why, which I'm going to share with you guys, which is kind of a secondary part to that. And then you guys know we've talked about the I am list with Chris Downing. So talking as if you've already achieved the things that you are or you want to be more like. These are just things that have worked for me. And obviously I'm going to share this with you guys so you guys can see my example. I'm going to be totally transparent with it. And then if I need it, I'm going to go to that book of proof. Notice I didn't say check Facebook, check your email, check Instagram. No. Right? This is what I'm trying to break our habits, which is why we're talking about Miracle Morning. Is going to that book of proof and remembering the great things that you've done or that you've been a part of. Because y'all have, right? I know Bree has gone to Summit and she's seen the power of being a part of this team. Nina's been at work with her challengers and they're all drinking their shakes together. Like, it doesn't have to be this big, huge thing is my point. Those little things add up and they should amount to the why of what you do. And then always personal development. That just works for me first in my day. But you guys know I do so much more than 10 minutes. Like anytime I can put something in my ears, I'm listening to it because I really don't like to read. Crushing my workout, doing my powerful posts, getting my invites out of the way, and spreading my love in my inbox. So this is what I'm going to be focusing on. And again, I will share all these. You don't have to write them down. But I wanted to just take a moment, first ask you if this was helpful, because it's so easy to let life take us away from why we started this in the first place. And I still struggle with that. Like I hit like half of what I usually did last month and it didn't feel good. And one of them was my sister. So like, I know what it feels like to maybe sometimes feel like, this isn't going the way I want it to, or like, this isn't the expectations I had of myself. But I also know that we're meant for more. I want to get my hands on that Rachel Hollis movie. I feel like that would be really powerful to watch together. But so I'm going to stop recording and I hope you guys took some tangible things from this. The whole idea is to really focus on our vision this month and get super duper clear as you go into this new Exploding Your Business group, setting your intentionality each day. Because you're going to see people in there that say, well, I hope to hit SC5, or I'm trying to do this program. Right? Y'all know better than that. You know me better than that. No, we're going to do the damn thing this month. I'm going to do it. I hope you decide to run with me, and I hope you intend to put this stuff to paper, use it every day. Like I'm going to be printing mine out, and it's going to be the first thing on my nightstand before I even get up, because that's how much I want to fire myself up. Yes, I will put in the team page, Katie. So I'm going to stop the recording.